Leaving Tennessee. Coming up tonight on Middle Tennessee News. A Monday night tornado devastated Nashville, leaving Tennessee in a state of emergency.
2 Wilson County schools were destroyed due to the tornado.
And Tennessee food truck businesses are showing their support of those displaced by the storms.
All those stories, plus your local weather and sports, Middle Tennessee News starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Morgan Gonzalez.
And I'm Allie Voppel. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News.
Middle Tennessee was impacted by a series of tornadoes that destroyed businesses and took the lives of many people. The cities of Nashville, Lebanon, Cookeville, and Mount Juliet were affected by the tornado. Emergency crews have announced that the death toll is currently at 24. Cookeville has 18 confirmed deaths, and Mount Juliet has 3 confirmed deaths. Nashville has 2. Search and rescue is still trying to find survivors, so the count may increase.
As of March 3rd, Tennessee is under a state of emergency, which is a level 3 activation status. At this level, a serious emergency or minor disaster has occurred that requires additional aid from the state or government. This comes from the office of Governor Bill Lee following the series of tornadoes that swept through Tennessee on Monday night. Multiple organizations are offering help to those in need after the tornado outbreak, including Red Cross, ARMB, and Hands On Nashville.
2 Wilson County public schools were destroyed by the tornado. School officials spoke of the damage to the buildings and how thankful they were that no students were hurt.
Behind me, Stoner Creek Elementary, which certainly sits behind West Wilson Middle School. This is Stoner Creek. It just can't be said enough, folks, how thankful we should be that no students were in this building, the West Wilson's building, at the time of these storms came roaring on through. I'm looking out straight towards West Wilson. You can see a little bit of a ground level path line. Really just unbelievable. Really unbelievable. The path that it took, and for it to really seemingly take on both West Wilson and Stoner Creek as direct hits. Now, information I have so far, West Wilson, Stoner Creek are the only 2 schools with significant to heavy damage. This could be considered beyond heavy damage. This is likely a total loss. We'll just see how this all plays out. But other schools, minor to none. So that's the good news in this. But definitely right here in the heart of Mount Juliet, West Wilson Middle and Stoner Creek Elementary, heavy, heavy damage.
And the devastation is just more than you can even picture or imagine. But in all of this, I'm so thankful that we weren't in school and there were no children sitting in this building when this happened. We can replace buildings, but no, we didn't lose anyone. I take comfort in that. And we can rebuild. This is truly devastating for this community and really across Wilson County right now. We're seeing just much destruction on the other side, on the eastern part of the county as well. Not to the schools, but still fairgrounds and in that area. And we've got several faculty, staff members that have lost their homes.
More information about how to help Wilson County schools will be posted on the school system's website and social media pages. School officials are still planning how to finish the spring semester.
Local Nashville food truck businesses are taking the streets to feed those displaced by yesterday's horrific storm. Popular Nashville food trucks like the Grilled Cheesery, Edley's Barbecue, and Uncle Bud's Changnoy and others scoured the streets of Nashville and other areas are affected by the storm to provide free meals to those in need. If you or someone you know is in need of aid, head over to MiddleTennesseeNews.net for more information on how to get help.
Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News. The Nashville Mayor's Office has paired up with Hands on Nashville to clean up damage left over from the tornado.
And many were left without power due to the storms. That's coming up next on Middle Tennessee News.
Dear humans, this is an adoption campaign, but it's not for me, or Mr. Buttons, or Frank over there. It's for you, humans. This is a call to humans to adopt our movement, to adopt our cause.
This isn't just about saving one of us.
It's about saving all of us.
Nearly 4,100 lives every single day.
It's about support for every one of us four, and sometimes not four-legged best friends waiting to meet a best friend of our own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge.
Shelter by shelter, city by city.
We can make this entire country no-kill. Join us. Together we can save them all.
Us. It's what this country is made of. A helping hand, a shoulder to lean on. Different voices.
Hello.
One sacred bond. But right now, that bond is fraying. Where do we find common ground? How do we get back to us? The why fills the gaps and bridges our divides. Now, more than ever, the why needs your support. Because where there's a why, there's an us. For a better us, support your local why today.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News. The Nashville Mayor's Office has paired up with Hands on Nashville in an effort to clean up damage left from the devastating tornado Monday night. Due to the mass amounts of devastation left from yesterday's tornado, Hands on Nashville and the City of Nashville are working together to begin cleanup efforts in the affected areas. Volunteers are greatly needed and shifts will begin this weekend. If you or anyone you know would like to volunteer, head over to hon.org.
Lives were changed in the wee hours of the morning of March 3rd, 2020. A tornado struck Middle Tennessee and left its mark. After initial shock has dissipated, it is still reported that 47,800 people are still without power in their homes, most residing in the Hermitage area, according to Metro PD. Along with the greater Nashville area, Wilson County has around 17,000 without power, and Cumberland County has around 8,000. People are working around the clock to make sure these people can get back to their day-to-day lives, no matter the damages. People are working around the clock to make sure these people can get back to their day-to-day lives, no matter the damages. Mount Juliet Christian Academy was announced that they will be closed for the remainder of the week due to the tornado, leaving significant damage to the building and facilities. School officials encourage all parents and students to watch out for the text and emails for more information regarding classes resuming, building updates, and schedule changes.
Super Tuesday took place March 3rd, and results are piling in from voting centers across Rutherford County. 21 of the 28 Rutherford County voting centers have reported their results for the 2020 presidential primary. Democratic candidate Joe Biden leads 37 of the 49 submitted precincts to Bernie Sanders' 12. All results are unofficial until certified by the Election Commission, and there are 7 voting centers that have yet to be reported.
March is Women's History Month, and MTSU is celebrating 100 years of women's suffrage. The Jane Anderson Center for Women and Non-Traditional Students kicked off Women's History Month with a panel discussion in the James Union building honoring 100 years of women's suffrage. The opening ceremony included a panel of 5 successful businesswomen talking about their views on women's suffrage. The women discussed how they've been treated in their workplaces and how they believed women still needed to fight for their right. All the women said at some point during the panel that they would not be where they were if it not had been for the women before them, and encouraged other women to push for their goals.
Voting, it's the 100th year of suffrage, and it's so important to really realize that women have only had the vote for 100 years. And comparatively to men, that is a very, very short time. And so we've had to make up a lot.
After the break, I'll be back with your full weather report.
Idle hands. They say they're the devil's workshop. But give idle hands a place to go, a purpose, and they're capable of amazing things.
From Iraq and Afghanistan, our brave warriors are coming home, wounded. Some with wounds you can see, some with wounds you can't see. Wounded Warrior Project was created to support our men and women coming off the battlefield. Please help carry these warriors the rest of the way home. Get involved at woundedwarriorproject.org.
It started with the original care package, and millions more like it, passed from hand to hand across land and sea to help survivors in the aftermath of war. As we grew, we found better ways to help those in need, ways to make a real difference, not just today, but tomorrow as well. Be the difference in people's lives. Help deliver lasting change at care.org.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News. Today was a relatively calm day in Middle Tennessee. We had a high of 62, wind speeds of about 5 miles per hour, and humidity levels around 49%. As we move into the evening, temperatures will be dropping down to a low of 42, wind speeds staying around 5 miles per hour, and humidity levels fluctuating from about the 50 to 75% range. As for the rest of our week, the sun will be coming out tomorrow with a high of 59 and a low of 39. Friday will be a partly cloudy day, and the high will be dipping down to 50 degrees with a cold low of 27. Saturday, we're looking at sunny skies, a high of 55 and a low of 33, and we'll end our weekend on Sunday with partly cloudy skies, a comfortable high of 62 degrees and a low of 45. That's all for our full weather forecast. After the break, William will join us in the MTN Sports Den for all things Middle Tennessee sports. Stay tuned.
Idle hands. They say they're the devil's workshop. But give idle hands a place to go, a purpose, and they're capable of amazing things.
From Iraq and Afghanistan, our brave warriors are coming home, wounded. Some with wounds you can see, some with wounds you can't see. Wounded Warrior Project was created to support our men and women coming off the battlefield. Please help carry these warriors the rest of the way home. Get involved at woundedwarriorproject.org.
It started with the original care package, and millions more like it, passed from hand to hand across land and sea to help survivors in the aftermath of war. As we grew, we found better ways to help those in need. Ways to make a real difference, not just today, but tomorrow as well. Be the difference in people's lives. Help deliver lasting change at care.org.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News. Home sweet home. That's probably what MT Baseball was thinking after returning home from a 4-game losing streak on the road. The Blue Raiders played into extra innings with a spotlight on third baseman DJ Wright, who went 4 for 5 with a long ball homer in the 7th. Lipscomb kept up and forced MT into extra innings by scoring 2 runs in the top of the 9th. But the play of the game was by Fausto Lopez, who hit a grounder out of reach for the shortstop in the bottom of the 10th with bases loaded. Lopez's walk-off gave the 4th win to the Blue Raiders at home this year, and next up for MT Baseball is a road series against Coastal Carolina this weekend. And not only did the baseball team take a win over Lipscomb, but they also took home some free t-shirts. It was 90s night at the ballpark, and the first 100 fans in attendance received a free 90s themed t-shirt. The night also gave fans discounts on concession items, along with trivia questions on the TV show Friends. Hot dogs, drinks, and tickets were all $2, and this was the first of 4 free t-shirt Tuesdays.
Hopefully they're giving away a lot of t-shirts. College kids love free stuff. Beautiful day. Nice Tuesday. Hopefully nobody's got any homework. They could take a break maybe. Come check out the boys play some baseball. Should be a good day for it.
The Hayes sisters continue to roll for MT women's basketball. The Hayes sisters continue their dominance on the year, and the CUSA took notice as Anastasia Hayes was part of the NCAA starting 5, and Aislinn has won Freshman of the Week again. The play of the two sisters has propelled the Lady Raiders to a 19-9 overall record with 11-5 in the conference. The Raiders look to close out a strong season facing North Texas tomorrow night, who are 11-17 on the season and 5-11 in the conference. The Lady Raiders hope to make quick work of them Thursday night. And Lady Raider softball is well rested after 3 canceled games, but now they're ready to travel to Bowling Green for a 3-game series against Western Kentucky. Starting on March 6th, MT softball will take on WKU in hopes to continue a 6-game win streak before coming home for a doubleheader with TSU on spring break March 11th. Lady Raiders are sitting on a 13-10 record. And Lady Raider tennis team gets a week off before playing again. Lady Raiders are 8-5 on the year and riding a 5-game win streak into their little break. They'll be heading into New Orleans next week, where they'll take on 2 teams. The first opponent will be the 2-8 Jaguars of Southern University on the 11th at 3 p.m., and the next day they'll face the Lady Pirateers of New Orleans University at the same time. Hoping to extend the winning streak to 7, we'll see how they fare over spring break. And the men's basketball team looks to defend the Glass House to close out the year. The Blue Raiders are looking to close out the season strong, and they'll be facing the Miners from UTEP at 6:30 today. To finish out the season, senior night will be on Saturday at 5 p.m. The Raiders will face Southern Miss to close out on that senior night, and winning these last 2 games could be huge as it gives the seniors a lasting memory of a team they worked so hard to be on. And with high school basketball winding down, local teams are giving it their all to keep their tournament hopes alive. Blackman High was able to overcome the Oakland Patriots, winning 44-37. Tullahoma High was unable to put up much of a fight against Siegel Stars, losing 86-66. Eagleville posted one of their best games of the season with a 94-80 win over Lead Academy, and Central Magnet couldn't complete the comeback against Community, losing 62-74. All winners go into state qualifiers with championship hopes and their heads held high. And that's all for sports tonight. Check back after the break to see how these teams fared. And that's all. I'm William Stevenson in the MTN Sports Den. Back to you.
Every day, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Idle hands. They say they're the devil's workshop. But give idle hands a place to go, a purpose, and they're capable of amazing things.
From Iraq and Afghanistan, our brave warriors are coming home, wounded. Some with wounds you can see, some with wounds you can't see. Wounded Warrior Project was created to support our men and women coming off the battlefield. Please help carry these warriors the rest of the way home. Get involved at woundedwarriorproject.org.
It started with the original care package and millions more like it, passed from hand to hand across land and sea to help survivors in the aftermath of war. As we grew, we found better ways to help those in need, ways to make a real difference, not just today, but tomorrow as well. Be the difference in people's lives. Help deliver lasting change at care.org.
Thank you for joining us for Middle Tennessee News. I'm Morgan Gonzalez.
And I'm Allie Voppel. We hope to see you on Monday after spring break.